Chapter 17, Fasting. Surah 2, ayat 183 to 184. O you who believe, fasting is prescribed for you as it was prescribed for those before you, so that you may guard against evil, ... and those who find it hard to do so may effect a redemption by feeding a poor man. Surah 2, ayat 185. The month of Ramadan is that in which Al-Quran was revealed, ... Therefore, whoever of you witnesses the month, he shall fast during it, and whoever is sick or on a journey, he shall fast a like number of other days. Surah 2, ayat 187. It is made lawful to you to approach your wives on the night of the fast. They are an apparel for you, and you are an apparel for them. And eat and drink until the whiteness of the day becomes distinct to you from the blackness of the night at dawn, then complete the fast till night. The directions relating to fasts are all contained in Surah 2, ayat 183 to 187. Fasts are to be kept during the 29 or 30 days of Ramadan. The fast consists in abstaining daily from dawn till sunset from food and drink and sexual intercourse. Fasting is recognized in Hadith as one of the pillars of Islam, but too much voluntary fasting is prohibited. While tasting, one must cultivate the habit of abstaining. While fasting, one must cultivate the habit of abstaining from evil, from foul talk and falsehood, and of charity to fellow men. One must, one should take part in. Fasting starts with the first day of Ramadan and ends with the last day of it. Ramadan being a lunar month, the 9th month of the year, its beginning and end depend on the appearance of the new moon. Fast must not be kept on a doubtful day. The fast begins when dawn appears. But Ramadan begins when the sunset, and the fasting ends with the sunset. So dawn is not the sunrise. Dawn is, when the horizontal lines of twilight appear. When fasting, it is recommended that one should have a meal in the morning, a little before dawn. And you see the vertical streaks of false dawn. That's time to start, putting things down. Breaking the fast when one is journeying is permitted, but fasting is allowed in such a case unless it entails hardship. Well, if it's too difficult, fasting period can be hardship, but it's not, One who is ill, the pregnant woman, the woman who gives suck, and a very old person may feed a needy person instead of fasting. Now, it's not that you get too old to pray or to fast or something like this. It's that it's a way of saying that you've become disabled with your age, in a way that interferes with the fast. A woman should not fast when she is menstruating, but she should fast for the same number of days afterward. When for some reason the number of fasts to be completed after Ramadan, it may be done at any time before the next Ramadan. Fasting on Eid days is strictly prohibited. When a person eats or drinks, forgetting that he is fasting, the fast is not broken. Cooling oneself, taking a bath, gargling or rinsing the mouth, and tasting of the food in the cooking pot do not break the fast, nor does vomiting. Itikaf, or keeping to the mosque during the last 10 days of Ramadan, and not going out of it except for a need, may be resorted to by those who fast, as it is in these nights that the Laylatul Qadr must be sought. Abu Hurairah reported, the Messenger of Allah, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, said, fasting is an armor with which one protects oneself, so let not him who fasts utter immodest or foul speech, nor let him act in an ignorant manner. And if a man quarrels with him or abuses him, he should say twice, I am fasting. By him in whose hand is my soul, the odor of the mouth of one fasting is sweeter than the estimation of Allah, than the odor of the musk gives up his food and his drink and his sexual desire for my sake. Fasting is for me, and I will grant its reward, and a virtue brings reward 10 times like it. Abu Huraira said, the messenger of Allah, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, said, he who does not give up uttering falsehood and acting according to it, Allah has no need of his giving up his food and his drink. Ibn Abbas said, the messenger of Allah, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, was the most generous of all people, and he was the most generous in Ramadan. When Gabriel met him, and he met him in every night of Ramadan, and read with him Al-Quran, so that the messenger of Allah, peace and blessings of Allah, peace and blessings was of Allah be upon him. Okay, that would trip me up. That was saying different. More generous in the doing of good than the wind which is sent forth on every body. Silla said, reporting on the authority of Amr, whoever keeps fast on a double day disobeys Abu Qasim, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him. Adi ibn Hatim said, when it was revealed until the Khit al-Abyad becomes distinct for you from the Khit al-Aswad, I betook myself to a black cord and a white cord and put them under my pillow, and I looked at them now and then during the night, but I could not distinguish between them. Then I came to the messenger of Allah, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, in the morning, and I mentioned this to him. He said, this is meant only the blackness of the night and the whiteness of the day. Again, instead of streaks, you get a cord across the sky, indicating the dawn, the horizontal line. Umar said, the messenger of Allah, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, said, when the night comes on from there and the day departs on this side and the sun goes down, below the horizon, the one who is fasting should break the fast. Anas said, the Prophet, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, said, have the meal before the dawn, for there is a blessing in the meal before the dawn. Abu Hazm said that he heard Sahal ibn Sa'id saying, I used to have my meal before dawn in my family, and then I used to hasten to overtake the morning prayer when the messenger of Allah, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him. Anas said, we used to be on journey with the Prophet, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, and he who kept the fast did not fault with him who broke it, nor did he who broke the fast find fault with him who kept it. Jabir said, the messenger of Allah, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, was on a journey, and he saw a crowd and a man who was placed under the shade. He said, what is this? They said, he is one fasting. He said, there is no great virtue in fasting when on a journey. And, if everybody else has to do the work, that sort of thing. Atta said, one should break the fast on account of illness, whatever it may be, as Allah has said. And Hassan and Ibrahim said, concerning the woman who gives suck and the one with child, when they fear about themselves or their child, they should break the fast, then fast on other days. And as to the very old man, when he cannot bear fasting, see, it's qualified. Anas, after he became old, fed one who was needy for a year or two daily with bread and meat and broke the fast. So, but not the person who's just hungry. And I'm not just saying that because I am hungry and thirsty all the time. I'm saying that, Abu Zanad said, the menstruating woman has to fast afterwards, and she has not to perform any prayer, for the prayer is omitted. Same thing with the post-childbirth thing. Abu Salama said, I heard Aisha say, I used to be under obligation to fast on account of the fast omitted in Ramadan, and I was not able to perform this obligation except in Shaban. Abu Ubaid said, I was present at Eid with Umar, and he said, Messenger of Allah, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, forbade fasting on these 2 days, the Eid of your breaking the fast and the other Eid day on which you eat of your sacrifices. And some would say there's definitely the tradition about that Eid, the second Eid being the 10th through the 13th day of the 12th month. And there's indication that through tradition, not as strongly, but that perhaps the Eid of the 10th month goes past the first and into the second and the third. And I can't think of where the references are, but there's references. So, but apparently there's people who only have 3 days of the big Eid. So Abu Hurairah reported, the Prophet, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, said, when one forgets and eats and drinks, he should complete his fast, for Allah made him eat and drink. You know, if you forget and, you know, Ibn Umar moistened a cloth and cast it over him when he was fasting. And Shabi entered a bath when he was fasting. Ibn Abbas says there's no harm that one should taste of the food in the cooking pot and anything else. And Hassan said there's no harm in rinsing the mouth with water and getting cold by one who fasts. Now, there's further narrations about this, about how if you're fasting and you have to taste something, you're not allowed to swallow. If you rinse out your mouth, you're not allowed to swallow. If you rinse out your nose, it only goes in the beginning. It doesn't, you can't neti pot yourself. Or Abu Hurairah said, when a person vomits, he should not break the fast. And vomiting intentional is given reference that, perhaps a person should. Aisha said, the Messenger of Allah, peace and blessings be upon him, used to confine himself to the mosque in the last 10 days of Ramadan, and he would say, seek the Laylatul Qadr in the last 10 days of Ramadan. Aisha said, the Messenger of Allah, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, would cause his head to get to me when he was in the mosque, and I would comb his hair, and he did not enter the house when performing itikaf except for a need.